Okay, let's hit record. Those of you that are going to be doing this recording later, joining us later, you need a blanket on your mat, a strap, a couple blocks, and then for this first part, I'm going to use the wall a little bit, but I was telling the others that if it's a pain to be by a wall wherever you are at home, you don't really need it. It's just kind of nice, so you can set up at the wall or not. All right, let's roll. So go ahead and start on your back, lying down. And if you are going to use the wall for this first part, have your feet towards the wall. And you just need your strap for now nearby. So, with all of that in mind, set yourself up and just get comfortable on your back. And close your eyes if you haven't yet. And just settle in here, drop into your breath, settle into your body. Those of you doing this practice live, I think what a great way to start the week, Monday morning. But take into account that it is Monday morning and your body might feel a little sluggish or stiff. Maybe not. Maybe you feel great. But sometimes after the weekend, like, okay, we need this little kick in the pants. So settle in here and just if there's specific pranayama you want to do, cool. But I'm just going to encourage slow, steady, even breath. So maybe the evenness that's called samavritti, where you try to match the length of the inhale and the exhale so they're equal, maybe even the little pause between. Take a few more moments here. One of the, I think, best parts about practicing at home, I don't prefer it in terms of teaching myself, but the nice thing is when you're at your house, you tend to have a little more room. And so at the studio, I've got to be sort of conscious of like, okay, I don't want people running into each other, but you can stretch your arms out to the side as long as you have space and bring your feet, bend your knees and bring your feet as wide as your mat. Take a big inhale here in the middle, and on your exhale, tip your knees to the right. So just some nice, gentle windshield wipers to kind of get into the hips and legs. You guys know this. Come to center, inhale, exhale, tip to the left. So just go nice and slow. There's no hurry. Option to add rolling the head opposite the direction of the knees. You're not lifting it. You're just going to roll your head to the left as your knees tip to the right. It's up to you. And then you'll come to center, exhale, knees left, head rolls right. Slow, slow, slow here. Take a few more moments here of these windshield wiper movements. All right, next time you come to center, you can stay there. Just take a few breaths here and then locate your strap. And if you're at the wall, scoot towards the wall so that your feet are to the wall. And this is where, if you don't have the wall, it's fine. You can just straighten your legs and do it. It's a little bit harder. It's not my preference, but it's totally fine. So press both feet into the wall, make your legs firm. And then with your strap, make yourself a little loop. Most of you have a good sense of how big or small of a loop you need for Supta Padangusthasana. But from here, I like to always scoot to the wall just a tiny smidge and then loop your strap around your right foot, stretch your right leg up, and then push your left foot into the wall and straighten that left leg. So we'll get into the hamstrings and hips here to open. It's going to come in handy with where we're going. So right arm, right leg, left leg, all straight. And then let your right shoulder be heavy. You've got the wall, push that foot into the wall so the left leg is firm, and everybody is trying to push your left leg straight down. And then with your right leg up in the air, you can spread your toes and slide those toes down as you slide your right heel up, and just breathe. Take a few more moments. When keeping the strap loop in your right hand, you'll open your leg to the side. Now, I've been doing this thing lately before you guys go. With my left hand, I hold on to the tail of my strap. And as I open my right leg, I slide my left hand on the tail over to the left. Just kind of creates a little bit of counterweight. I'm into it. You can try it. I've got my left elbow bent on the floor over to the left, and I'm tightly pulling the tail of my strap. And then press that left foot into the wall. Right leg is nice and straight and sharp out to the side. So just because we moved our leg out doesn't mean we just stop caring if it's strong and engaged. Same with the toes. Still stretch out through the right heel and breathe here. A couple more breaths. Great. Bring your right leg back to center. Switch hands. And then you'll cross your right leg to the left. I almost always have to scoot into the wall a little bit and kind of re-engage that left leg. Squeeze your inner thigh. So that left leg that's on the floor, especially if you don't have the wall, you're gonna have to work a little bit harder, but try to spin that left thigh in, squeeze your inner thighs and breathe. Right leg is still sharp and straight and engaged, and you're really trying to reach through that outer right heel. At the same time, try to reach your right sit bone toward your left foot that's in front of you, or toward the wall in front of you. Trying to keep that right sideways long, and you're not hiking your hip up. Breathe. Good. Couple more breaths. All right, bring your right leg up. Hold the strap back in your left hand. We're not done yet. Bend your left knee and scoot like an inch or two closer to the wall. Yeah. Or if you don't have the wall, you don't have to worry about that part. So strap is in your right hand. My bad. Sorry. I think I said left hand. I meant right. And then you're going to open that leg out to the side again. But this time you're going to actually tip all the like halfway to your right so that your leg is on the ground. So just like let your left hip come off the floor and you tip over so your right leg is on the ground. Like all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Great. Now, the closer you can bring your leg up, this is going to make your life better. So you bring your leg up and then scoot your upper body over to your right foot. So you're like side bending over to the right. Now, I got close enough that my right hand can now hold my outer foot. I don't even need my strap, but some of you will still need your strap and you can just hold on with your right hand. Hold your foot or your hand or your foot or your strap with your right hand. Yeah. Great. So now here I'm closer to my right leg than my left leg, but I'm trying to turn the belly to the left to get my left shoulder back on the floor. That might not happen for some of you. Stretch your left arm straight out from the shoulder. And now start to walk your left foot toward the wall if you're using it, and walk your left leg wider than your hip. Push your left foot into the wall and straighten your left leg too. So this is like a supine triangle pose. The big key is that your left foot's not in line with your hip, it's wider. And then you have to turn your belly to the left. Try to ground your left back glute. I'm not quite successful in that, but you're trying. And you want to try to get your left shoulder blade on the ground. And then just breathe here. I think it's a pretty big side stretch experience, especially in the left sideways, left outer hip. Last few breaths. Okay. Bend your left leg, soften your right knee, and you just kind of gotta come out. Once you're out, you can take your foot out of the strap, stretch both legs long, and just pause here on your back. Really check into that. It's going to be quite uneven right and left sides. That's to be expected, so just breathe. Scoot toward the wall a little bit. Keep that right foot on the wall. Bring the loop around your left foot. Stretch your left leg up. Straighten both legs as well as your left arm. Supta Padangusthasana 1. Stay here for a bit. Both legs are firm. I think most of you understand this, but just because we're on our back or seated poses get the same treatment. We think it's like easier. And I suppose because you're not worried about balance, that makes it slightly easier, but there's still quite a bit of effort happening in the legs here, a little bit the belly and the hips. So don't forget that. Find your breath. Take a couple more breaths here. Keep the loop in your left hand, option to hold the tail of your strap with your right hand and open your left leg to the side. And you can pull with your right hand that strap a little bit more taut. Supta P2, if you've got the wall, push your right foot into the wall, make your left leg firm and breathe. Couple more breaths. Pressing that right leg down a lot still. Right leg is actually having to do quite a bit of work to not tip over. Last big breath here. And then slowly bring your left leg up. Put this loop in your right hand and cross your left leg over to the right a little bit past the midline. Press that right foot into the wall. Make your right leg straight and spin your right thigh in. Squeeze your inner thighs. And like I said last time, reach your left sit bone on the left glute. Reach that away from your face towards your big right toe to elongate the left side waist. And then really breathe here. Stay active in your left toes, left ankle, left foot. Few more breaths. All right, bring your left leg back to center. Put the loop back in your left hand. Bend your right knee, scoot an inch or two closer to the wall. All right, here's that supine triangle again. You're gonna open your left leg out and tip to the left so that your whole outer left leg is on the ground. Right hip is off the floor. Now scoot your head and your torso towards your left foot. You're doing like a side bend over to the left. Now, again, I can grab my outer foot with my left hand here. Otherwise, you'll keep hold of your strap and then turn your belly chest to the right. Try to get that right shoulder blade down and stretch your right arm straight out from the shoulder. Walk your right foot to the right an inch or two and start to straighten the right leg. Put your foot on the wall, but remember it's wider than your hip. So your legs are further apart. Good. Turn your belly to the right. Try to ground your back right pelvis. Try to push the back of your right leg down, right shoulder blade down, and turn your belly to the right. Breathe. Supta Konasana. Couple more breaths. All right, you guys, time to press the eject. Slowly bend your knees. You can set the strap out of the way. Come back to the center of your mat. Legs can be bent, legs can be straight. Just pause here, take a couple of breaths to check in, to settle in. Flip over onto your bellies, please. And you can make yourself a little pillow with your hands to rest your forehead on. And just pause here on your belly. Different experience with your breath. Now your back is sort of open, back lungs, back ribs. So sort of fill those babies up as you breathe. Good, stay here. Lift your head and stretch your right arm straight out to the right. So hand in line with shoulder. If needed, you can bring the hand a little lower, but you definitely don't want to go higher. And then you'll roll onto your right side. So chest opening here. I just did it. I didn't say it. Use your left hand to kind of reach under that right armpit. Pull your chest, breast tissue, all that stuff out of the way. Left hand can be in front of you. And then Your top left leg might be able to bend and you might be able to put your left foot behind the right leg, maybe. Spread your right fingers that are now behind you and press your entire right palm down. Left hand's in front of you. It kind of acts as like a little bit of something to push into the floor. You're trying to roll open more. Again, you may have hit your limit or you will at some point. And then if you're anything like me and every pose can turn into a back bend, which isn't good. If your low back is really arched here, you might have to do a little extra work to draw your tailbone down, pull your belly back and make it less of a back bend in your low back and more of a upper back bend chest opener. Breathe. By the way, if that is you, it probably means several things. It's me too. You have too much mobility in your low back compared to the rest of your back. My mid back is super tight, low back too open, and probably not enough core strength. And so that's always kind of the constant practice for me personally. And I see it very commonly in women, especially women who've had babies, women who are bendy and flexible tend to do this more. And so something to notice. A few more moments here. Last breath. Good. Okay. Take your time to come out. Roll back onto your bellies. You can make your little pillow with the backs of your hands. And once again, just pause and breathe. Mm. All right. Got to do side two. Stretch your left arm straight out in line with shoulder. Roll onto your left side. Use your right hand to pull and reach underneath the left armpit. Pull all that stuff out of the way. And then your top right leg may or may not be able to bend behind the left leg. Spread those left fingers, y'all. Press your left palm down and use your right hand in front of you. If you want to push into the floor any amount to roll to your right, like you could roll onto your back. You won't, but like you could. Some of you will get closer than me. Breathe here. Few more breaths here. All right, you guys, slowly come out of this one. Once again, come back to your belly. Make your little pillow and just rest for a second. If it helps you, it doesn't mean it helps free up the back of the pelvis, sacrum. You let your toes turn in and your heels flop out, kind of like broadens your pelvis, sacrum, low back. It feels nice, in my opinion. You try it on and see. Didn't do a good job of warning you. Have find your strap, locate it. Hopefully, it's still not very far, and you should still have that little loop from your seat to P series. So prop up onto your forearms like you're gonna do Sphinx, but you're not. And you're gonna stay on the top of your right thigh, just like this, but you're gonna swing your left leg. So I start with it bent and then straighten your left leg out to the side. So see, I've got it a little higher than my hip if I can, but hip height is fine. Yeah. And then you're gonna turn your torso towards that foot that's out to the side so you can stretch both hands towards your foot. And you try to just like relax your head down. It might be like awkward, or you might need to slip a block under it. Grab your strap, loop it around your foot, and hold it with that right hand that's underneath you. Yeah. You're kind of awkwardly laying on your right side, but you're on your right top of your thigh. Good. Take your left hand, bring it to the strap too. So I was just talking about mid-back thoracic spine tightness. I'm not the only one that has it, but I have it bad. Most people do. Our mid-back is kind of what stops us from doing things. So this is really helpful, this rotation here. So you're going to take a big inhale. And on your exhale, sweep your left arm up. And like you were doing half of a Y from the YMCA with your left arm, open it out to the side. Now, my left shoulder blade ain't close to the floor yet, but my left arm is like half Y. And then inhale, close it up. We're doing this again. Exhale, sweep your left arm up, half YMCA, open. You might get a little closer each time I do. And then inhale, close it up. Do this a couple more times. Exhale, open towards half Y. So your arm's not overhead. It's not to the side. It's in a like 45 degrees. And then close it up. One more time. Exhale to open. This time we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So I talk about this a lot. Some of you maybe just drown it out, but listen here. When we twist like this, your exhale is what's going to help you deepen. That's when your diaphragm moves out of the way so you can actually have room to deepen your twist. So breathe here. And when you exhale, allow your belly to turn more left. But really what's happening is that mid spine is getting more rotation, that thoracic spine. A few more breaths here. All right, close her back up. Take your strap off your foot. Roll back onto your belly. Come back to that Sphinx pose. And just take a moment. If you don't have a super tight thoracic spine, you might think that's no big deal. But if you do like me, I think that's really fucking intense. Pardon my French. So you're going to stay on the top of your left thigh and swing your right leg out higher than your hip if you can. And then turn your torso towards your foot and lay on that left shoulder, and you'll loop your strap around your right foot now. Hold it with your left hand for sure. And you're still on the top of your left thigh. And then grab the strap with your right hand too. And again, you can put a block under your head or let your head awkwardly hang. It kind of depends how much of it in the way. All right, take an inhale here, take an exhale. Next, inhale. Exhale, sweep your right arm up. Remember, it's half YMCA, so it's like a 45 degrees. You're not straight out, but you're 45 degrees. Good, and then inhale to close. We'll do this open, close thing a few times. Inhale here. Exhale, open. Keep bringing that right leg higher. Mine likes to slide down. And inhale, close. And exhale, open. And inhale, close. Last time. Exhale, open. Keep that right leg high, and you're going to stay here. Breathe. You might notice on exhale, oh, that right shoulder blade's getting closer to the floor. That right arm gets closer to the floor. Mine's not ever going to come to the floor, at least anytime soon, but fine, right? It's like, I don't know. I've been thinking about this a lot in my teaching as a teacher. It's like, how much do I challenge and how much do I want students to like feel happy about their progress? And I think there are kind of two kinds of people that get pissed when they can't do something and it's like frustrating and they're just like, ah, fuck it. Or people that are like kind of like the challenge, even if they can't do it. And I get it. I think both happen, but I think I'd rather be the second person, right? Like we're not gonna be able to do everything and we can get pissed about it, or we can be like, well, cool, I did all the prep work and I did my best. Keep trying. Last moment here. Close her back up. Move your strap, roll to your belly, make your little pillow with your hands. Turn those toes in, let your heels flap out, wiggle, waggle, and pause. Locate your breath now in the mid back. Really feel the lungs expand as you inhale and exhale. Got one more thing to do here on our belly. So you're going to keep your head down. Separate your legs about hip width, come to the tops of your feet. Now engage your legs as if you were going to do cobra. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, bend your right leg using just your hamstrings to curl your heel towards your right sit bone. Inhale, release. Exhale, side two, bend left leg using just your hamstring muscles to pull your heel towards you. Release. And again, exhale, right leg bends. Use your hamstrings. Like you can bend your knee without thinking much about hamstrings. Go ahead and release, but see if you can engage hamstrings to pull the heel in. Actually use them like you had something heavy tied to your foot. Good. This time when you exhale, bend your right leg. Do the same thing. Hamstrings, hamstrings. Heel pulls close. You're going to keep your head down. Reach back with your right hand and hold your outer foot. If you were in my class yesterday, we did something similar. Just get a nice thigh stretch here. So push your heel towards you with your arm. And then draw your tailbone down. Pull your low belly away from the floor. Thigh stretch. Breathe. All right. Release your foot. Exhale, bend left leg. Use your hamstrings to start. And when you can't get any further, sweep your left arm back, grab your foot, push your heel towards your bum. And notice how the belly just sort of like collapses to the floor. I want you to try to draw your tailbone down and lift your low belly away from the floor and actually push your pubic bone into the floor. Breathe. Last. All right, go ahead and release. Slide your hands underneath you, press up to all fours, and then press back to child's pose. Take some breaths here. Relax. Reset. Couple more breaths here. Good. All right, come all the way up. Let's fold up our blanket if you have one on your mat and get it out of the way. Great. So once you've done that, come to all fours, hands and knees. And when you're ready, go right to downward facing dog. And Because it's our first one this morning and we're over halfway through class, just warm up a little bit. Your hamstring should be somewhat juiced up, but haven't been to down dog yet. So take a moment to do any sort of movement here. And then find stillness, downward dog. Push your hands into the mat, you guys. That helps activate serratus anterior, shoulder girdle muscles. Relax your head and neck. Soften your shoulders a little. Lift your heels up high, big inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. And then with your hands, push to move your belly, chest closer to your thighs. Keep that action. Lift your hips higher, then straighten your legs. Last but not least, stretch your heels back and down. Legs are firm. Fire legs. Breathe here. Good. All right. Peek forward. Slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Keep the feet hip width. Spread your toes wide. Legs as straight as you can here. Fold forward. Uttanasana. Breathe here. Good. Soften the knees. Put hands on hips. Press into your heels. Inhale, come up. Ooh, okay. We're finally standing. So for your Tadasana, I think it just depends what's more comfortable in your hips. Traditional Tadasana is big toes together, heels slightly apart, but if you prefer the hip width, it's totally cool. You can do that all day long. Tadasana, let's just do a little warming up. Surya Namaskars, A and B variations. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Legs stay strong. Uttanasana. Bring hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back, right leg first, then left leg, plank pose. Keep the knees up if you can. The option is you can always put them down. Next, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. We're going to do that a few more times. Keep your belly lifted. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Again, inhale, shift. Exhale, shift back. Last time, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, come all the way to your belly. Come to the tops of your feet. Keep your hands planted. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Reach your elbows straight back. Firm your legs, lift up cobra. Good. Exhale, lower down. Curl toes under. Press back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Good. Next, inhale breath. Float your heels up and look forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Move your chest to your thighs. Exhale fully. And on no breath, step or hop, feet to hands. Good. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach your arms out, reach your arms up, touch your hands. And exhale, mountain pose, pause. Find your breath again. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. This time, step back, left leg first, then right leg second. Great. So this time, plank pose. Pull your right knee towards your chin, and then cross your right knee towards your left elbow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left knee towards chin and cross to the right elbow. Inhale, plank. Adding that together. Exhale, sweep right leg in and over to the left. Inhale, plank. Exhale, sweep left leg in and over to the right. Inhale, plank. Do that 2 more times each side. So exhale, twist. Inhale, plank. Exhale, twist. Inhale, plank. Last time each side. Plank pose. Shift forward, lower to your belly. Oh yeah, come to the tops of your feet. Inhale, open, cobra pose. Exhale, lower, curl toes under. Now stay here, face down. Lift your knees and engage your legs. That's part 1. Part 2 is to tuck your tail and lift your low belly off the floor. Like we did in the other pose, push your pubic bone down. So step 1, knees lifted, legs engaged. Step 2, tuck your tail, belly lifts. Step 3, rather, squeeze your shoulders, elbows back. Now do all 3 parts. On your exhale, push up plank in one piece. Downward dog. That's your chaturanga litmus test. You can't press up in one piece. It probably means you can't lower in one piece, which means chaturanga is probably not quite there yet. And you'd be a better candidate to lower your knees in chaturanga. Just fine, by the way. Look forward. Lift your heels, bend your knees, belly towards thighs. Exhale, step or hop. Hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bring your arms down. This time, bring your big toes together. If you're not already there. Heels slightly apart. Make your arms firm by your side. So squeeze your arms so straight that your triceps pop. Keep those arms strong. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend your knees, sit Utkatasana. Squeeze your legs, lift your chest, and shift your booty back. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, hop back, plank pose. So, decide if you do chaturanga, up dog, or lower to your belly, cobra. Inhale, shift, lower halfway chaturanga or all the way. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, up dog or cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. Look forward. Step your right foot between your hands. Good. Lower your back knee. Bring your hands to your right leg and come all the way up. So variation Surya B with a low lunge just to open the back hip flexor. Sweep your left arm up by your ear. Inhale. Exhale, side bend to the right. Good. Bring your hands down. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Decide if you're lowering to the belly or chaturanga. Inhale, shift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step left foot. Lower the back knee. Bring your hands to your leg. Come on up. Sit low in your hips. Sweep your right arm up, big inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. Good. Inhale, come up, hands down. Lift your back knee. Exhale, step back, plank. Notice I didn't say down dog. This is actually how Surya B goes. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Take a couple of breaths. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, belly to thighs. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, sit low. Inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up, Tadasana. Take a moment here, catch your breath. I think Surya Namaskar B is really hard if you do it fully. And that was like 10 times slower than it actually is. All right, step your feet hip distance, bend your knees, step back, down dog. And then from here, lower onto your knees. And if you can, knees hip width, feet slightly wider than hips, sit between your feet, Virasana. If you can't sit on the floor, slide a blanket. You need higher, slide a block. But you want your heels super snug to the outsides of the hips. Big flexion for the knees, especially if your butt's to the floor, but however high you're sitting, sit between your feet, rest your hands on your thighs, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, jaw, face, neck, and breathe. Take a few more moments. All right, go ahead and come up. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And let's all come have a seat on the front edge of your blanket. Some of you may not end up needing this, but the beauty of it is it's not going to hurt. And if your body can do it without it, your hips will just kind of slide off naturally. But either way, start sitting up high and bring your legs wide. So you're on the front edge of your blanket. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything for your posture. Just like sitting on the floor if you sit in the middle of it. Reach underneath your seat, pull your booty flesh out of the way, and really pull those sit bones back a little. And that tips your pelvis forward already in an anterior tilt. And with that, you can sit up taller. Bring your hands by the blanket, push down, sit up tall. Look at your feet, spread your toes, engage your thighs, and make sure your kneecaps and your toes are all pointing straight up. They are going to want to roll in or out, depending on your body. So see if you can keep them in neutral. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Remember, spine long. So we're moving from the hips. And notice I didn't say round your spine. Bring your hands in front of you. And any amount you want to fold in, great. But here are the two things I want to have happen before you go lower. Toes and knees point straight up, legs engaged. That's one. Two, spine is long and you're moving from the hips. So you're not rounding to get deeper. Like I can get hella deeper if I just round my back, but that doesn't do anything for my legs. It just rounds my back. Keep checking in with the legs, how the knees, mine want to kind of roll in. Some people's maybe want to roll out. Breathe here. Upavishta Konasana. Take a few more breaths. Good. Okay, come all the way up. Bend your knees. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees wide. Grab a block. And on your flattest block, put that between your feet. And then with your hands on the fronts of your ankles, pull your feet back. Sit up tall. And push your feet into the block like you were going to squish it. Just like Upavishta, inhale, sit up tall, push your feet into the block. Exhale, you hinge forward. My elbows bend so I can pull myself forward, but you're moving from the hips, not from the spine. So I don't go very far in this case. Push your feet into your block. Use your inhale to lengthen your spine. You can use your elbows to nudge the knees down, but don't rely on that. You shouldn't force your body to do something by pushing yourself into it. That's not really a great strategy for your life, right? Take some big breaths. Push your feet into the block. So you're engaging your inner thighs as you stretch them. Good. All right. Come up. Take the block out. Stretch your right leg straight. Bend your left leg in. Same thing with the straight leg. Knees, toes point up. Yeah. You're going to side bend to the right, put your right hand outside of your leg, and just sweep your left arm overhead. We're not going into a super deep side bend yet. Reach that left arm as straight as you can, and then maybe bend your right elbow to deepen, but don't let the arm get floppy. Keep it engaged. Now lean back a little bit, and with your nice new supple thoracic mid back, turn your belly to the left. Last breath here. Whoa, good. Come all the way up. Switch. Left leg out, right leg in. Left leg is engaged. Side bend to the left, hand outside of foot. Inhale, sweep right arm up. Remember, strong right arm, like a blade. And then bend your left elbow to deepen, but pull your right arm back and lean back. From the middle of your spine, turn your belly to the right. Turn your chest, ribs to the right. Breathe. Good. All right, come up. Let's all lose the blanket. And I'm going to give you two options, and it really depends on if your knee will do this thing. So your first option is to go back to this, right leg straight, left leg bent. If your knee can do it, you can tip to the right and tuck your left leg behind you in Virasana. But see how my left knee veers out? But I've still got my heel and my hip close. Now, if your leg doesn't do this, you can be like, man, yoga sucks. Or you just do the first thing. It's really okay. It's really okay. All right, so if you're doing the first thing, you would revisit the side bend, except this time your right hand would go inside your leg and you might grab the foot, or you could loop a strap around your foot. If you've got the Virasana leg, listen carefully. This is my favorite variation for Parvrita Janushirshasana because your hip is allowed to be up, and that means I have an easier time grabbing my foot. So I think it actually makes it easier, but it's a little bit weird. So if you're in the Virasana, do this step by step. You'll put your hands on the ground and you'll lift your hips off the floor. Boop. Take your right arm, not your left arm, your right arm, thread it under your butt and grab your heel back there. And then sit your butt down on your forearm. This is weird, but there's a reason. And now you can lean towards your right leg. So swing your torso to the right. So see, your left hip is higher. And now you can just sweep your arm overhead. It's way easier to grab your foot. You can do either version. Pull with your arm, whether you've got the strap or your foot, from your mid spine. Turn your belly to the left. Lean back and breathe. Try not to turn your head more than your mid spine. So I often just like look down or straight ahead. Few more breaths. Parvrita, revolved, Janushirshasana. All right, come out slowly. You just take that arm out from under you. Stretch your left leg out. Either bend right leg in like this or tip and do the Virasana out to the side. If you're doing the normal leg side bend, hand inside of leg, sweep up. If not, hands down, lift your butt up. Take your left hand, thread it under, grab your right heel, and then sit your hips down on your forearm. This part's weird, but then once you get in, it's less weird. Now swing your body to your straight left leg and sweep your right arm up. Hold your foot or strap. Pull with your arm on the strap or on your foot. Turn your belly to the right. You can bend your right elbow to like peek under the right arm. Lean back. And from your mid spine, from your ribs, turn your belly to the right. Less turning from your low back, more from your mid back, upper back. Breathe. Last couple of breaths. Okay. Come out when you're over it. Take your time to exit. Stretch your legs out. And then come to lie on your backs. Well done. Once you lay down, knees to chest probably will feel good and you can rock a little side to side. The cool thing about side bends, I think, is they're intense, but they don't jack up your low back's pelvis the same way like deep forward bends or deep back bends can. And so I often find I just don't need as much counter posing, which I always like. Hopefully that's your experience. Maybe not. But once you're done here, feet to the floor, knees bent, feet wide, let your knees knock in, rest your hands to your belly. You could take Shavasana here. I'm a fan of bent leg Shavasana. Sometimes it feels better in my body, but if you want to straighten your legs and just like get right to it. Sometimes we have a lot of rigmarole to get into Shavasana, and I get it. We want to be like relaxed, but sometimes it's just like, especially in an hour class, just like get there. Get there with less drama and less to do and just get there. And the beauty is, the more you practice things like Shavasana and meditation and sitting still and yin and restorative, it's easier because your body like knows. It like knows how to just drop right in without a lot of adjusting. So let that be a reason to keep practicing that. So Shavasana when you're ready. Settle in. Drop in. Find your breath. Let your body rest, especially in these hour classes where you don't have a ton of time. You just like get right to it. Go limp. Settle in. So you can deepen your breath here, or if you want to stay a little longer in Shavasana, I get it. It was a very short one. But otherwise, you can start to take your time to make your way up and meet me in a seat, comfortable seat. Just check in here, settle in, notice how you feel post practice, some movement in that mid back, side bending. See how it lands. And then if you'd like to bring hands together, you can end your practice this morning with a bow. Thank you guys so much. Have a great Monday. If you're doing this later, enjoy, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.